Welcome back to JBSports. I'm your host, Sean Bird, and today is Wednesday, so you know it's all about the wrestling Wednesdays. We're back, and you know who else is back? Disrespectful John Cena. John Cena started off Raw, which we are starting off today, and then we'll go into SmackDown results. But going straight back into John Cena, that man was on screen for 40 minutes straight, I'm pretty sure, but he was being disrespectful, saying he broke up with us. First things first, John Cena broke up with us, all of us, even Mr. Sandy Zap, which I feel most hurt for Sandy Zap because Sandy Zap really cared about John, and John was just not reciprocating the love. So I apologize, Sandy Zap. I hope you can get over it and move on soon. But John Cena broke up with all of us. He said for 25 years we were using him as our puppet, and that John Cena was right and we were wrong, and everything we do was toxic. Even made fun of a kid, and it was just a mess. John Cena was just destroying everyone, shooting a promo on everyone, destroying all of us. Which I don't know what I did to you, John. I don't know why I deserve that. I've mostly supported you your whole career. Whatever you want to do, I was okay with. I was there for you, John. You just disrespect all of us like that, especially that kid. That kid, when when he showed back up on screen, that was the funniest thing. He was flabbergasted. Like, John Cena just called me toxic, and he called me out because he was calling out all the fans, and he's like, all of you, especially that kid right there. And it was really funny to see John call out that kid. Honestly, that would make my day. I hope the kid is okay. I hope he mentally recovered, but hopefully, hopefully he's all right. But it was really funny. He made some good points. I mean, how like the booing happened, and then the crowd started like chanting like "shut the f up," stuff like that, and it's like very classy. And it kind of proved his point where like we were just like very disrespectful and we didn't care about him because like when I turned, all of you were saying like, "What am I gonna get? What am I gonna get? What are we gonna get from John? Are we gonna get new clothing? Are we gonna get a new theme song?" He said, "You're gonna get nothing." Because we didn't. It was because our time is done. His time is now, and it's actually kind of cool. Because like honestly, I wanted to see a new theme. I didn't really care too much about the attire. I mean, I thought it would be fun, but I wanted a new theme, and it just plays into his character so well. How he's like, "You're you're finally over. It's my time to do what I want." He knows what he wants. He wants that 17 title, and he will hunt for it. To be fair, I do think I knew the theme would be cooler, but like I said, the character work is just so well with him saying, "I'm not gonna get a new theme. I'm not giving you what you want." I think it's perfect, and it's working because I was very upset when I didn't hear a new theme, and then he told me. So he's working the heel character great. The promo was great. I love it. Cody Rhodes came out and said, "This isn't the John Cena I know. This isn't the John Cena I used to go to McDonald's." He didn't actually say it, but the story he went to like McDonald's with John Cena. So he's saying all that stuff, and then of course John Cena goes, "Listen, kid," he's like, "Hey, don't call me kid. I'm not the kid anymore. If anything, I'm the WWE champion." Goes on, doesn't have a back and forth with Cena. I think they're just waiting for next SmackDown. I believe. I think it's SmackDown. They're waiting for that. So, or next SmackDown, whatever. Whenever they're there next, they're waiting for an altercation there. A lot of people are saying John Cena is just going to destroy Cody Rhodes. It may happen. I don't know if it'll be a complete domination because John Cena is very good. He really dominated Roman Reigns back in the day. I think Cody can hold up. He might not be able to. We'll see. But John Cena does. He is one of the best promo artists of all time. Cody, I definitely not on his level, but I don't think he's going to get absolutely dominated like a lot of people are saying. But you know what? If it happens, hopefully it's good TV. All right. Off of that, Ludwig Kaiser versus Penta. I'm really excited for Penta to be done this little storyline he's got with Kaiser, which it seems like that Penta's going to go to WrestleMania to challenge Braun Breaker, which honestly, me and my friend were talking. Shout out my friend Caleb. He's been on the show before. Honestly, we think that Penta needs a major loss, and I think it would make sense for him to lose at WrestleMania, especially to Braun, because Braun's like the type of guy Braun is. So we think he should probably lose to Braun there, and then I'm saying go through the entire IC title gauntlet, so all the challengers, not just Kaiser, and then win it at SummerSlam. I think that'll just be a better story. It'll be cooler for him, and just like probably keeps him away from Ray Phoenix more because Phoenix is going to be on SmackDown anyway, so we'll see what happens there. But honestly, I would love to see a storyline where you know um, Penta loses at SummerSlam. The next night on the Raw after Mania, he goes, "Yes, I lost, but I still have zero fear." Cero miedo, and he basically gets in front of Braun. Braun says no. You gotta get to the back of the line. Penta says okay. He goes through everybody. SummerSlam gets the title. Basically what I think, but then again, I could be wrong. But back to the match: Ludwig versus Penta. They got some good chemistry. They're always putting on good matches. Penta did a nice move where he went on the guardrail, ran it, and then did a Hurricane Rana into the ring. So good work there by them. Love it. Love to see it. And Penta got a loud ovation, which you thought Ludwig might because it's Germany, but Penta got it. They were serenading him as they were doing it to everyone, which they were booing John Cena hard. Next, Dakota Kai versus Ivy Nile. Chad Gable returns, to next to being like near the ring. He finally comes back. Last week you saw him on the little segment where they were falsely accusing Chad Gable of being the masked luchador. So, come on, guys, let's be real. But he finally makes it back. For some reason, LWO has it out for him because they think he's the masked luchador, which is just stupid. He said it before. He's not the masked luchador. So they go out there. It was an okay match. It was pretty quick, and Dakota won, so I think that lines her up for an IC title shot, so that'll be good for her. I'd be okay if she won it. I like Lyra, and I kind of hope her reign is a little longer, but it would be okay. Jey Uso versus Austin Theory. As much as I love Jey Uso, I don't think Austin Theory should be getting squashed like that. I do think it was intended to be a spear. I think a miscommunication happened somewhere, but I don't think Austin Theory personally should have got squashed like that. I get they build up Jay. They're trying to build him up more, but this type of loss for Austin Theory is not good. So hopefully Austin Theory turns on Grayson soon to kind of relight the hype behind him because I like Austin Theory a lot, but this was kind of wild to me. I'm just saying. Next, you have the Creeds versus LWO. LWO won, so I'm ready for LWO to be gone. Personally, I'm not a big fan of them. I think they're fine, but I don't like them too much. And then finally, also the masked luchador, of course, showed up. Of course, we don't know who it is. It's not Chad Gable. Have you ever seen him and Chad Gable in the same room? Yes, you have. So you know it's not him. See, I reversed it on you there. You thought I was going to say, have you ever seen him in the same room? So you don't know if they're the same person, but you have seen them in the same room. They're in, the background. Yeah. And then it goes to the last match, Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor. Interesting thing about this was earlier in the night, you saw when Dakota Kai was getting hyped up from EO that you saw her walking through, and Dom and Cross were talking, which was very interesting, which after I saw that, and my friend pointed out, I kind of thought that maybe Dom was going to turn, which you see the vision for it, especially with what happens in the match. But overall, match was pretty good. AJ and Karrion just talking to everybody. Karrion is a talker. Bro does not wrestle. I don't know why. He just hasn't been wrestling. I want to see him wrestle. I want to see Cross wrestle. I haven't seen him in a while. But he's talking. AJ serenaded. These European fans, these Europe fans are amazing. They're great crowds. But yeah. So going through the match, good match overall. Finn, amazing as always. Looks like he could possibly get Breaker down, might beat him. Goes up on the ropes, Breaker goes up there, Dom knocks him off, but inadvertently hits the ropes, and Finn falls and hits the good old nuts on the ring rope and loses the match, which I think this is going to set up for the split of the Judgment Day because, oh my gosh, please be it because I am tired. I really want LWO and Judgment Day kind of disbanded. I think that new factions should be made, and those guys should fizzle out because they had their time. They've ran their course. They've had some great moments. They've had some bad moments. One faction has had a lot more good moments than bad moments in Judgment Day, and LWO has just gotten stale so quick. So hopefully, you know, the Finn Balor can take the rest of Judgment Day out, which kind of makes it hard for Carlito because Carlito will have nothing to do, and JD when he comes back he'll probably be with Finn or something. But JD can be a good single star in my opinion. But we'll see what happens there. Also during the night, not night, during the day technically for us, well for me at least, wherever you are, wherever you're listening from. Io and Bianca do their they do their signing of the why am I playing contract signing for the WrestleMania match. They sign it. Oh, Adam Pearce, he's like, oh, he's so happy. He's like, thank you guys for being professional. And then Rhea's music hits, and you can see him. You can see him do a cuss a little bit. He's like, gosh, he's upset because he's like, oh, finally, it went in my way. Finally, they're not fighting. Finally, it's just safe. We're good. It's professional. And then Rhea comes out, starts talking smack to Bianca. Io, she's champ. She's like, that's my spotlight. Tries to get in the middle, gets pushed away. I don't know why. Disrespecting your champion, your deserving champion, Io. Io, Io gets pushed away from Bianca. Bianca tries to Rhea hits Bianca, puts her on the table, tries to powerbomb Io through the table, signs a contract, runs away with it. Adam Pearce is annoyed because listen, he finally had a good contract signing. Rhea ruined it like a child. She says that she's in the match now because it's a legal document, which it's not how it works. Of course, everyone knows that. And they go to the backstage. They're arguing. Everything's going wrong, and then they start crashing out back there too. So basically, a crash out for the women that night. But overall, really good, really good, really good role. SmackDown a little bit before. So first match, Solo, Jacob, Tama Tonga versus LA Knight, Braun Strowman, and Jimmy Uso. Knight, Strowman, Uso win. It was a chill match, chill little match. Next match, B-Fab versus Charlotte. It was a Charlotte Flair match. Basically, she won. You expect nothing less from Charlotte. Cody Rhodes talks on the mic. After absolutely obliterating Miz, Miz did not deserve the torture and pain he got. That was a little unfair, Cody. But it got his point across to John, so sucks to be the Miz. Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Priest won by disqualification. Chill. No, I mean SmackDown was all right. It wasn't too crazy. Carmella versus Randy. Orton won. He's beaten them the whole time. Oh, not the whole time. Sorry, he's beaten them. Wow, Randy's beaten Carmelo so far every time, which is Randy Orton. So next one, Gunther versus Axiom. This one was actually pretty cool, just because Axiom, he's from Spain, or I believe something like that, and he's like the hometown hero. So he got out there, received a massive crowd cheering for him. Of course, he lost to Gunther because Gunther's World Heavyweight Champion. Gunther's he's a tough boy. He's strong. Of course, he's gonna win, and just try to send a message to Jay Uso. But then he talked to Jimmy, and Jimmy was like, "Nah, we ain't doing that." And Jimmy got mad at him. But overall, SmackDown was fun. I didn't get to watch too much of it, so I kind of saw highlights. That's why I don't know as much of it because score reasons, and I was dealing with some stuff. But yeah, from what I saw, a good match. One thing I did see: DIY versus Street Profits. Street Profits finally regain the tag team championships, beating the tag team of DIY with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Deserved, honestly deserved. The Street Profits have been a great team for so long, and they're kind of pushed to a side for a little bit, and I kind of felt bad because I love the Street Profits. They've been great. They've been great in almost every single feud. Last WrestleMania, they kind of got a bad feud because they were put in that, was it the Pride with Bobby Lashley and B-Fab. It was kind of like, it was an okay faction. They had a match against Karrion Kross's faction, which both of them have disbanded since then. And it was an okay match. They haven't had too much spotlight, but recently after they turned heel, They've been on fire, and it just proves a point. They just won the tag team titles after a lot of time, like 2 years maybe even longer than that. But great match. So happy the Street Profits won. They deserve it more than basically any tag team in the division, in my opinion. They have been hustling. They have been grinding. They are great, and they deserve it. I'll just say it. They deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve it. So, off of that, from SmackDown, we are going to talk about WrestleMania a little bit because I kind of want to talk about some of the matches shaping. Of course, biggest one, Jey Uso versus Gunther. I'm joking. No, that is a big one for me, but a lot of people. We'll actually get into that in a little bit because I need to talk about these people hating on Jey. But yeah, John Cena versus Cody. I think they're gonna have a lot of back and forth for the next few weeks. John might win, then Cody might win, and it's gonna go back and forth. But I think a lot of people hate on Cody because a lot of people hate on Cody for no reason. The Cody hate is forced, just like the Jey Uso hate, which we will talk about. I don't know what people's problem is with Jey Uso. It's like he's a very good wrestler. Okay, he's not the best. Like, I'm not gonna say he's amazing. I'm not gonna say he's like the most technical, but he can still wrestle really good. He's pretty good on the mic. Of course, he got up with a yeet, but there's literally clips of before when he did that in the Roman feud when he went against Roman. That's what got him over. So a lot of these people are just hating to hate. I'm gonna be honest. Listen, Gunther's title reign, it probably could have been better, but not every single title reign has to be perfect. I think we were very, very spoiled with the IC title reign Gunther had because it was so good. And yeah, I'll be honest, the Gunther World Heavyweight Championship reign probably should have gone better. Some of the matches that weren't shown on TV probably should have been shown on TV. But not every reign can be perfect. I would have loved for it to be perfect, but I really do think I really do think Jey could be a good champion. I think people are just overhating because they're not happy with how Gunther's title went. And listen, give him a chance. Like, this man hasn't even been champion yet, and you're already hating on him. So he might botch every so often, which a lot of people just handpick moments because that's the worst moment. Listen, he had a rough night on Monday. So what? It's going to happen. There's been botches for every single wrestler. You know, John Cena has had botches. Shoot, The Rock read a promo off his wrist. Like, you got to give people chances. So hopefully, you know, the IWC, the toxic fans they can be, which they can be good fans, they can be bad fans. Heck, sometimes I can be a bad fan. Everybody has moments of being a bad fan, but hopefully they can chill out on my boy Jey because Jey's going to be a good champion in my opinion. I think he has, like, if you literally watch Raw, every single place he goes, everyone is chanting for him. It's really loud. They asked to play his music twice. So, with these people complaining about Jey, listen, fans want to see it in the stadium. People want to see it. Give it a shot. There's been a lot of title reigns where people didn't think it were going to be good and they ended up being good. So, give it a chance. If it turns out being bad when he first starts and it doesn't get better, then you can be like, all right, listen, what are we doing here? But I understand people are upset about Gunther's title reign, and you have every right to be. It probably should have been a little better, but Jey ending it isn't terrible. It's not as bad as people think, I promise. But that's just my opinion on the whole thing. I don't think Jey should be getting as much heat. Next match, which I'm predicting, is Penta versus Braun, which I already talked about, which another match going on with it. Charlotte versus Tiffany. Talked about this a little bit before, but it's getting a better build up. It's starting to grow on me, but I swear if Tiffany loses at WrestleMania, I'm gonna be annoyed. I would be a lot more annoyed if Tiffany lost than Jey, because Charlotte, she thing about Charlotte is great to have her back, but she's had her time. Yeah, I know they kind of want to get her to her dad's like record, but yeah, the last few championship reigns haven't been amazing. She's had some good matches because it's Charlotte Flair, but they just don't want. We don't want her in that spotlight anymore. We still would love to see her wrestle. Still love to see her do some storylines, but as a champion, leave it with Tiffy. It's Tiffy time. It's simple as that. It's Tiffy time. It's her time. It's not Charlotte's time anymore. Tiffy also did have a botch because all I see is WWE hate pages posting everything. They're handpicking stuff. And like I said, it happens, okay? Give people breaks. Not everyone's not perfect. No one's perfect. There's botches in both companies. And I'm not going to get into the other company because I don't really know too much about it. So I'm going to stick to my own. But everyone makes mistakes. I've seen it on both sides. Both sides have terrible botches. Some people have small botches on both sides. It's whatever. Just the tribalism thing is it's just, it's been pushed too far. Like the brand you want to like, talk about the other brand if you want, but like just hating to hate, like the fan pages on Instagram. Sorry, I'm going on a little rant here, but the fan pages on Instagram where they just hate on like the other brand, like there's this one AEW one that hates on WWE. It's stupid, and there's one on WWE that hates on AEW, and I think that's pretty stupid too. Sometimes they're funny, but like just the tribalism thing is just dumb. Watch what you want to watch, like what you want to like. If they don't want to watch WWE, they don't have to watch WWE. If you think WWE is awful and you don't want to watch it, then don't watch it. Mind your own business. Literally, mind your own business and watch your own business. It's really that simple. I'm not going to come on here and just start talking complete trash on AEW. If something really stupid happens, then like I'll talk about it for a minute, but I'm not just going to harp on it. So, and I'll be honest, when it first happened, I was kind of one of those tribalism people. I talked a lot of trash on AEW, but I've definitely toned it down, and I've definitely tried to stop being like that because you know what? Some people like AEW. It's not my cup of tea. There's some great storylines, no doubt, like the Tony Storm storyline. Great storyline. I've kept up with that. It's amazing. I would really hope Adam Cole would get a lot of stuff and maybe a championship because I definitely watched that, but it's just not my cup of tea, and some people's cup of tea isn't WWE. So just watch your company. Stop hating on everyone. But yeah, WrestleMania. Other than that, looking like maybe Roman. Well, Seth also had a promo on Raw. Forgot to talk about that. Kind of called out everybody. Basically, just said he's ready to fight. He's always ready. Um, Roman versus Punk would be interesting, but honestly, I really do think it'll end up being a triple threat, and then somehow Punk will use the favor from Paul to insert himself into the main event the next night. That's what I hope will happen. I would love for Punk to win a title at WrestleMania, or at least main event one of the nights, because you know it's been on Punk's bucket list forever. He wants the main event, let the main event. Okay, but other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. We went through Raw, we went through SmackDown, we talked a little bit about WrestleMania stuff, a little bit on tribalism, a little bit on people hating on wrestlers for no reason, but it's not really warranted. Sometimes, like if you want to criticize, that's fine, but like straight on hating, it's like, it's whatever. I mean, I've felt victim to that in some moments, like NFL. Like if it's Benjamin St. Just and Manuel Forbes, I have a bad talking relationship with. I think mostly that's more criticism, like talking about how like bad they played, but overall, thank you guys very much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys Friday for normal JB Sports. Probably still going to be on free agency. Maybe a little bit on, you know, UFL because that's starting soon, which I will cover because it's funny. It gives me something to do. And then NBA playoffs should be soon. March Madness, I'll try to talk a little bit about. I'm still getting into the college basketball, so I need to get back into that and kind of learn it more. But other than that, nothing much going on. Thank you and bye.